Success Secrets. Second Steps to Success. Building your success momentum. Introduction.
Welcome back to Success Secrets. I'm Rob Keys, and today we are taking your success journey to the next level. If you have been practicing the fundamental habits we discussed in our first session, you've already created a foundation for success. Now, it is time to build momentum. Think of your success journey like pushing a heavy boulder. At first, it takes enormous effort just to get it moving. But once it starts rolling, it becomes easier to keep it in motion. Today, we are going to focus on creating that initial momentum that makes future success increasingly easier to achieve.
The power of clarity.
In our foundational lesson, we briefly touched on the importance of knowing what success means to you. Now, let's develop this idea further by creating crystal clear goals. Vague goals produce vague results. I want to be successful, or I want to be happy, are wishes, not goals. Clear goals answer specific questions. What exactly do you want? When do you want it? How will you measure it? Let's practice creating clarity with a simple exercise. Take one area of your life, career, relationships, health, finances, or personal growth, and ask yourself, what specific improvement do I want to see in this area within the next 3 months? Your answer should be specific enough that you'll know when you've achieved it. Measurable so you can track your progress. Achievable within the time frame. Relevant to your definition of success. Time-bound with a clear deadline. For example, rather than I want to be healthier, a clear goal might be I will walk for 30 minutes, 5 days a week, for the next 3 months, tracking my progress in a fitness app. This level of clarity transforms vague wishes into concrete targets you can act upon. Remember, clarity precedes success. The clearer your target, the more likely you are to hit it.
Understanding your personal why.
Once you have clarity about what you want, the next step is understanding why you want it. Your why is the emotional fuel that keeps you going when challenges arise. Superficial whys such as, because I should or because others expect it, rarely offer sufficient motivation. The most powerful whys are those that resonate deeply with your core values and your identity. Ask yourself, why is this goal truly important to me? How will achieving it align with my deepest values? Who will I become in the process? When your goals connect to meaningful whys, you tap into a wellspring of motivation that goes beyond temporary inspiration. You create emotional connections to your future that pull you forward, even when the path becomes difficult. Document your why for each important goal. Review these whys daily, especially when your motivation wavers. Let them remind you of the deeper purpose behind your actions.
From knowledge to implementation.
Many beginners on the path to success make a critical mistake. They confuse knowledge with action. They read books, watch videos, and attend seminars, constantly learning but rarely applying what they've learned. Knowledge without action is merely potential. Implementation is what creates results. At this stage of your success journey, focus on implementing what you already know, rather than seeking more information. Choose one success principle that resonates with you, and commit to mastering its implementation before moving on to the next principle.
The 1% improvement strategy.
Massive success does not require massive action. It requires consistent small improvements applied over time. This is the 1% improvement strategy. Imagine improving just 1% each day in an area important to your success. While 1% seems insignificant, compound these small improvements over a year and you will end up 37 times better than when you started. This is not just inspiring math, it is the reality of compound growth. What does 1% improvement look like in practice? It means reading 3 pages of a good book each day, learning 1 new word in your field of interest, making 1 more sales call than yesterday, spending 2 more minutes in focused practice, adding 1 more rep to your workout. These tiny improvements often go unnoticed in the moment, but they accumulate into remarkable results over time. The key is consistency. Small improvements applied consistently outperform occasional massive efforts. Choose one area where you will focus your 1% improvement effort this week. Record your daily progress to make the accumulating benefits visible.
Creating success triggers.
Have you ever noticed how certain situations automatically trigger specific behaviors? The smell of coffee in the morning might trigger you to check your phone. Walking through your front door might trigger you to take off your shoes. These automatic behavior patterns are called habit loops, and they can either work for or against your success. The good news is that you can intentionally create new habit loops that support your goals. Here's how to create a success trigger. 1. Identify a new habit you want to establish. 2. Choose an existing daily activity that will serve as your trigger. 3. Link the new habit directly to the trigger. 4. Practice the linkage consistently until it becomes automatic. For example, if you want to establish a daily meditation practice, you might use brushing your teeth in the morning as your trigger. Each time you finish brushing, immediately sit for 2 minutes of meditation. After a few weeks of consistent practice, finishing your toothbrushing routine will automatically trigger your meditation habit. Create 3 success triggers this week, linking new success habits to existing daily activities. This method bypasses the need for willpower by making success behaviors automatic.
The power of tracking.
What gets measured gets improved. At this stage of your success journey, start tracking your key success behaviors and results. Tracking serves 3 important purposes. 1. It provides objective feedback on your progress. 2. It increases your awareness of behaviors you might otherwise overlook. 3. It creates accountability to yourself. Your tracking system does not need to be complicated. A simple notebook, spreadsheet, or habit tracking app is sufficient. What matters is consistency in recording your data. Choose 3 key metrics related to your current goals and track them daily for the next 30 days. These metrics might include pages read, words written, minutes exercised, sales calls made, hours of focused work, dollars saved, quality of sleep 1 to 10 scale, energy level 1 to 10 scale. After 30 days, review your data. Look for patterns, correlations, and insights. Use this information to refine your approach and focus your efforts where they'll have the greatest impact.
Developing success routines.
Individual habits are powerful, but habits grouped into intentional routines are transformative. Success routines are sequences of habits that work together to create powerful outcomes. The 2 most important success routines are your morning and evening routines. These critical transition periods set the tone for how you begin and end each day. A simple but effective morning routine might include 1. Drinking a glass of water upon waking. 2. 5 minutes of breathing or meditation. 3. Reading your goals and whys. 4. 5 minutes of light movement or stretching. 5. Planning your 3 most important tasks for the day. An evening routine might include 1. Reviewing your day's accomplishments. 2. Noting lessons learned and improvements to make. 3. Expressing gratitude for 3 things from your day. 4. Preparing your environment for tomorrow's success. 5. Reading something positive before sleep. Design simple morning and evening routines that support your current goals. Start with just 10 to 15 minutes for each routine and perform them consistently for 21 days. These bookends to your day will create a structure that supports everything in between.
The Success Environment 2.0.
In our foundation lesson, we introduced the concept that your environment shapes your behavior. Now let's take this principle further by intentionally designing your success environment. First, audit your current environment in these key areas. Physical spaces. Do they energize you or drain you? Do they make success behaviors easier or harder? Digital environment. Do your devices and apps support focus or do they create distractions? Social environment. Do the people around you elevate you or hold you back? Information environment. Does what you read, watch, and listen to nurture your growth or stunt it? For each area, identify one specific change you can make this week to better support your success. For example, create a dedicated workspace that signals it's time to focus. Delete social media apps from your phone during working hours. Schedule regular conversations with someone who inspires you. Subscribe to a podcast that teaches skills relevant to your goal. These environmental adjustments reduce the friction between you and your desired behaviors, making success the path of least resistance.
From reaction to response.
As your success journey progresses, you will need to develop the ability to respond rather than react to life's challenges. Reacting is automatic and often emotional. Responding is intentional and aligned with your goals. The key to developing this skill is creating space between stimulus and response. When something challenging occurs, a setback, criticism, or unexpected obstacle, pause before taking action. Even a few seconds of pause gives you the opportunity to choose your response rather than defaulting to habitual reactions. Practice this skill deliberately in low-stakes situations. When something minor disrupts your day, pause and ask, what response would best serve my long-term goals? How would the person I'm becoming handle this situation? What perspective might I be missing right now?
Celebrating small wins.
Success breeds success, but only if you acknowledge it. Many beginners in the success journey focus exclusively on how far they still have to go, missing the motivational power of celebrating how far they have already come. Small wins matter because they build confidence and self-efficacy. Create positive emotional associations with effort. Provide evidence that your approach is working. Generate momentum that carries you forward. Start celebrating your small wins daily. At the end of each day, identify and acknowledge at least one win. Something you did well, progress you made, or a challenge you overcame. Write it down in a wins journal or share it with someone supportive. Make your celebrations proportional to the achievement. A small win might deserve a moment of conscious pride or a brief acknowledgement. Larger milestones might warrant more significant recognition. The habit of celebrating progress rewires your brain to seek more success, creating an upward spiral of achievement and motivation.
Second steps to success assignment.
Now it's time to put these principles into action. 1. Create clear, specific goals in 2 areas of your life that matter most to you right now. Write them down using the criteria we discussed. 2. Identify your deep why for each goal and create a daily reminder of these motivations. 3. Select one success principle from this lesson and commit to implementing it consistently for the next 21 days. 4. Design a simple tracking system for 3 key metrics related to your goals. 5. Create basic morning and evening routines, 10 to 15 minutes each, that support your success. 6. Make one intentional change to your physical environment that will support your goals. 7. Start a daily practice of noting and celebrating your small wins.
Conclusion.
You are building powerful momentum on your success journey. By gaining clarity and connecting with your deepest motivations, by applying what you learn and making steady improvements, by setting success triggers, tracking progress, and building supportive routines, by shaping your environment, mastering your responses, and celebrating every win, you are creating unstoppable momentum toward your goals. Remember that success is not a destination, but a continuous journey of growth. Each step forward creates momentum that makes the next step easier. The principles you are learning now will serve you not just in achieving your current goals, but in all future endeavors. Thank you for joining us for today's Success Secret. Continue practicing these principles and prepare yourself for the even more powerful concepts we will explore in our next session. Your journey continues. Your momentum builds. Your success expands.
If you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe for more success secrets. Your journey to greatness starts here.